Every week, people want to chat to me about how they are driven to distraction by insomnia and other sleep problems. And believe me, I can fully identify with the frustrations that lack of sleep on a regular basis creates for people. If you're new here, I'm Diane from Trilogy Life Coaching, and every week I'm here on YouTube bringing you help with your health, wealth and happiness so you can create a life you love. Maybe you're like I used to be, and still can be at times, lying in bed awake and feeling anxious as the day ahead edges ever nearer and sleep doesn't come until the early hours of the morning. Or like a close friend of mine, do you sometimes wake up a few hours before your alarm goes off and you're unable to get back to sleep, and therefore you go through your week never feeling fully refreshed? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how your food and nutrition habits can affect the length and quality of your sleep. But before we get into that, we need to answer 3 specific questions about sleep that come up over and over again. So question number 1, what exactly do we mean by insomnia? Insomnia involves a pattern of sleep disturbance which creates daytime symptoms. And chronic insomnia over the long term is often linked with an increased risk of heart failure, depression, anxiety, and many more health conditions. Insomnia affects as many as 30 to 35% of adults at some point in their lives, and around 8 to 10% are affected by it chronically. There's a lot more to insomnia than feeling tired after an occasional restless night. Question number 2, what are the benefits of good quality sleep? Well, you're less likely to get sick to start with, and it's going to boost your brain power and your mood, and you'll have clearer thinking and better concentration. You'll make better decisions. You'll have a lower risk of developing those chronic health conditions I spoke of earlier. And question number 3 is, how much sleep do we actually need? Well, the amount of sleep we need varies. Most healthy adults function the best when they sleep a consistent 6 to 9 hours each night without interruption. Being in tune with your body, its time to sleep cues, can help you determine what amount of sleep your body and your brain require to function well so you can lead a fulfilling life. Now, having answered those 3 specific questions, we're going to take a deep dive into how our food and nutrition habits can help to improve the length and the quality of our sleep. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is sleep hygiene. The good news is that there are many things we can do to improve the quality and the length of the time that we're able to sleep. For a very long time, I didn't realise that many of my day-to-day habits were causing my sleep problems. And you may be in that same situation right now. Not convinced? When I first started to address my own sleep issues, I wasn't convinced either. But having put into place some of the things that I was reading about, I discovered that developing a more regular sleep pattern was indeed possible, but it was down to me to make those required changes. These practical changes are more commonly known as sleep hygiene. I'm sure you know some of the more usual tips to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. For example, go to bed at the same time every night. Make sure your bedroom is dark and quiet. Stay away from caffeine, coffee, tea, soda and chocolate late in the day, and leave your mobile phone in another room. If you would like to know more about how I implemented good sleep hygiene habits into my life, you can watch my top tips to improve your sleep video here. So I want to talk to you a bit about science and research programs. Current science and research have a lot to tell us about our sleep problems. Researchers are currently looking for ways to prevent us from developing insomnia. And recent scientific studies are beginning to examine the role that diet plays in our sleep patterns. And according to a 2019 study, scientists are beginning to show that a diet high in refined carbohydrates, may raise the likelihood of developing sleep insomnia. Refined carbohydrates are often referred to as empty calories. Refined carbohydrates include sugars and processed grains that are stripped of their nutrients. And examples of refined carbohydrates include pizza, pasta, and pancakes, plus foods such as white bread, cookies, cakes, sodas, and more, all the things we love to eat and drink. But consuming highly refined carbs can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. But of course, what goes up must come down. And researchers believe that the peaks and crashes in blood sugar are responsible for eventually triggering insomnia. Now, foods with a low glycemic index value, that's the GI value, raise blood sugar levels more slowly than other foods. And this includes most fruit and vegetables, nuts, beans, and other foods that don't include processed grains or added sugars. So low GI foods don't cause the rapid drop in blood sugar that is linked to awakening us from our sleep. Now, while this study analysed only postmenopausal women, researchers are suspecting the findings may hold true for the broader population as well. And scientists have also been researching the role of hunger-regulating hormones on our sleep patterns. So when lack of sleep is a regular part of your life, it can mess with those hunger-regulating hormones. And this can lead to eating more of those wrong types of food more often. And this was certainly the case in my own experience. And whilst I've made a lot of progress, there are still times when I struggle. Your cravings for food that are higher in added sugar and fat can increase when you don't get enough sleep on a regular basis. And when there is an excessive intake of these foods, there is an increased risk of developing health issues like type 2 diabetes, heart problems, depression, anxiety, and many more. Lack of sleep can also affect your brain function, i.e. you develop brain fog, which means you struggle to think straight, leading to you picking up unhealthy takeaway foods and or drinking large amounts of caffeines so as to push through your day. And this is something I would do, which led to excessive weight gain and certainly didn't address my issues with sleep. It's so important to meet your body's need for adequate and good quality sleep so that you are less likely then to use food as a coping tool for fatigue. So what should you eat and drink to improve your sleep? In general, a diet that supports sleep is similar to one that supports a person's overall health and helps to maintain a healthy weight. A well-balanced diet focuses on nutrient-dense foods and limits foods that are higher in added sugars and saturated fats. Yes, you've guessed it, pancakes, pastries, and pasta are out on a regular basis. Both diet and sleep can be challenging topics to research, and it's important to remember that everyone's dietary needs are indeed different. And if you're interested in improving your sleep, it could be helpful to talk to a doctor or nutritionist to help you get started on your journey to better sleep and health. So keep watching until the end, as I'm now going to share with you my top tips on diet adjustments to help you sleep better. So top tip number 1 is about tryptophan. You may or may not heard of this word before, but many people believe that both turkey and milk are foods that can make you feel sleepy. That's maybe why we want to fall asleep after we've eaten our Christmas dinner. Tryptophan is an amino acid that is found in animal products like turkey, chicken, eggs and fish, as well as in dairy products like milk, cheese and yogurt. The consumption of tryptophan has been shown to reduce depression and increase your sleep duration. Top tip number 2, sleep-friendly fruits. Now, cherries have been shown to help combat insomnia. Drinking tart cherry juice has been found to reduce the severity of insomnia and help people fall asleep faster. Research suggests that several types of cherries contain high amounts of melatonin, which is a sleep-promoting hormone. I drink tart cherry juice each evening with my dinner, and in my opinion, this helps me to fall asleep faster than I would if I didn't drink it every day. Kiwi is another fruit that may promote sleep. Research has found that consuming a few kiwis an hour or two before bed may help people fall asleep faster and wake up less often during sleep and stay asleep longer. While the exact relationship is still unclear, kiwis may promote sleep through their higher concentrations of antioxidants and folate, all of which we need to promote our overall good health. And top tip number 3 is to make sure you're getting enough key nutrients. Having a diet that's rich in nutrients is vital for good sleep and overall health. Large research studies have investigated potential links between nutrient deficiencies and a shorter sleep time. That's usually defined as less than 7 hours a night. So people who don't get enough sleep are more likely to be deficient in nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamins A, C, D, and E. So our summary today is what you choose to eat or drink can sabotage your sleep. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. You stare in the dark, the numbers glaring at you on your alarm clock, and it's 3 a.m. and the makings of another night of uninterrupted sleep and frustration become apparent quickly. As you contemplate what is wrong with you, think about this. It may be what you do during the day that's giving you insomnia at night. Sleep is one of the most important needs in life, and all creatures need it to function. Without it, we break down both mentally and physically. And lack of sleep can cause moodiness and lack of concentration and sluggishness. So in this week's challenge, first of all, I want you to analyse your eating patterns and your environment as you go to sleep. And secondly, think about which processed foods are you going to start cutting back on this week. And thirdly, from the above list, what foods are you going to try in the coming week to see if you can improve your sleep by using them? As always, let me know in the comments how you get on, and if you have any other questions about sleep hygiene, drop your question below. That's all for today. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share it. Wishing you all more health, wealth and happiness in the coming week.